Eugenia Cooney's mom is just horrible. It's something we've all been thinking, and honestly, in my past videos about Eugenia, I've touched on why she might look the way she does now. Honestly, every time I browse her social media, I'm taken back a little bit on the fact that she's still alive. I mean, she's still active on Instagram, posting anyway, despite appearing thinner each time. It's just sad to see. And not very impressive, more like concerning, because it seems like most people are just checking to see if she's still around at this point. I always see countless comments in my videos as well from you guys stating that you're also just as surprised, and it's kind of sad that it's got to this point where people check up on her for that reason. And don't get me wrong, it's certainly obvious that she's not struggling financially. I mean, she's making money from her live streams and has many brand sponsorships on social media and just on Instagram. I mean, she has 720,000 followers and 2.8 million on TikTok, which definitely brings in the earnings. I mean, she also has a comfortable place to call home. So it begs the question, why the hell isn't she getting professional help? The help that she obviously needs. I mean, she has the money for it. Well, today I want to focus on the actual problem, in my opinion, that being Eugenia's mum, who appears in many of her videos, and it often seems like she doesn't care about her daughter's health. Generally, I mean, just think about it. You are literally allowing the person you've raised to die. It's very upsetting to see. I've mentioned before that Eugenia's mum is definitely a enabler, and I still believe this, and will say it again, because she is absolutely an enabler. But she goes beyond enabling, presenting herself as a significant menace to Eugenia. She's abusive and manipulative. Even if it's not immediately obvious, all of the people in Eugenia's life, her mum has taken the greatest moral responsibility because she is always with her. If you think about it, Eugenia is actually already 29 years old, so by now she should be pretty independent, but it doesn't seem like she is.
How do people open a beach chair? How do people, like, is this like what everyone uses, like when they go to the beach? I don't understand. Oh my god. How do some people hit the ball? Am I holding this right? Oh my gosh. How do people do this? How do people do this? Does that come out? How do you do this? How do I don't understand.
I don't know.
Like, how do you get this little, like, white thingy out? How do you swipe an apple cart? You have to, like, make frosting? I didn't even know you could make frosting. I thought frosting was just something you, like, buy. How am I gonna open this? Like, why do they sell these for kids? Like, how are kids supposed to open these things? Like, how did I used to open them? I don't even remember. I used to blow bubbles.
Okay, now you gotta crack 2 eggs in there. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I guess I just cracked the egg, right?
Yeah. And
Right.
put the egg in, but not the shell. Maybe you want. Okay, you know how to do it? I think you do.
Try. All right.
Yeah.
Wait,
We
there's a
have
shovel?
to dig.
Oh.
Hold it.
You need to dig. So what do I do? Just make a hole?
We have to dig in the earth.
Just like anywhere?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you dig? How did you do that, Mom?
Push the bottom.
Didn't work for me. How did you do that? How did you do that? How did you do that? Wow, how do you do this?
Try the other way. Get the strip. The black strip. No, the black strip. Put the pot down so it don't go all over your socks.
Oh. We open this door.
Yeah, go ahead.
See?
I have to think. Let me help you out.
Yeah, you might be like a little better. It's hard, isn't it?
No, I think it might be.
Oh no.
What?
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay,
I got it on
stand
my
up. Don't
sock.
touch. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
What do I do?
Come here, I'll flake it off.
Oh my god. Show us the door? Why do you guys need to see the door? I don't really see why you guys gotta see the door so bad. I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I'm confused in what people are talking about. I don't really want to show you guys the door. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna like, why is everybody like... wait, why do you guys need to open the door? No, I'm not hiding anything. I just don't really understand this whole door thing. I'm just confused.
On YouTube or Instagram, her mum might seem kind and caring. I remember when I first watched Eugenia's videos years ago, I thought her mum was actually really sweet. I thought, wow, she actually helps her daughter with simple tasks like cracking eggs. How nice. But as I've now made a few videos on her, boy was I wrong. Eugenia's mum knows how to put a good act on for the camera, but off camera, it seems like it's a completely different story. If you've been following Eugenia for a while, you've probably seen these types of videos where her mother is very rude. So why does it seem like Eugenia Cooney's mother doesn't give a damn about her daughter's well-being? When I first moved out on my own, my mum would literally call me all the time to check if I was eating enough and taking care of myself. I know it can be a little bit embarrassing to bring this up, but seriously, I actually now appreciate those calls now that I'm older. And when I go back home to visit sometimes, she'd say things like, "You've lost weight," and "Are you eating properly?" Or even, "You don't look well. Are you okay?" Sure, don't get me wrong, it definitely felt naggy and was definitely annoying to hear sometimes. But I mean, at the end of the day, it showed that she cared, and that's kind of the point. That's what a mother's love is supposed to be, right? I get it. Different cultures and families have unique ways of showing they care. But at the end of the day, all mothers share one common trait: genuine concern for their children. But unfortunately, in Eugenia's case, her mum doesn't seem to have this basic level of empathy. There's clearly something very troubling happening behind the scenes, because Eugenia looks like she's being controlled by her mum, almost like a puppet. I know that's quite a bold claim to say, and it is certainly a dark and worrying situation, and we really need to get to the bottom of it, and we will. But before we delve deep into this topic, let's do something at least a little bit fun first. Today's comment shout out, and that goes to Granny Monster. Thank you so much for your comment. If you guys want a shout out in the next video, please leave a comment down below saying hello. I'll reply to every single one of them, and also it helps the algorithm. And of course, put notifications on to see if you want the shout out in the next video.
Do you think I did anything to get banned?
No. If you
Thank
don't
you.
like something, you don't watch it. Hello, I see my cat. Let's do it.
So who exactly is Eugenia's mom? Well, her real name is Debbie Cooney. Actually, the whole family dynamic seems to be a bit of a mess, but since Debbie is the one who's always around Eugenia, she's the focus of a lot of questions about her responsibilities and whether she's really accountable for Eugenia's situation. And in some older videos, Eugenia mentioned that her father didn't even know their birthdays, hers and her brother's, which is weird already and just sad to hear. I mean, I get it. Remembering dates and birthdays is certainly not my strong point, but forgetting your daughters and sons is just kind of depressing, and like I said already, it's sad to hear. And reportedly, her dad seems more into golf and has had a DUI at some point. As for her brother, he seems to take after her dad, keeping things pretty private, and Eugenia rarely talks about him much. But it's safe to assume her parents have separated, although it's just speculation since Debbie is the one always seen in Eugenia's videos. Now let's dissect these clips that I'm pretty sure most of us didn't notice anything off about before.
Oh, she's awake. I woke her up. Hey, Mom. Did you hear about the moon? Is it that? Everyone's telling me I need to go see it. Oh, okay. Alright, let's look through. We're just gonna look through the window, guys. Is it that amazing? Everyone's like was begging me to see it. Sorry, I woke you up. Oh, Wally wants to, guys, we're
Honestly, this video breaks my heart because she clearly is just trying to be, you know, cool and wants to go outside and see this, and it's like she is literally a prisoner in her own home, you guys. Like, I'm really, the farther that I dive into a lot of this, the more I'm like, the home environment is beyond toxic, and it's such a sad situation because she's so embarrassed, but she's also extremely scared of her mother. There's another video where she's out like planting flowers outside or something, and she gets dirt on her, and her mom, she's like scared to death because she got dirt on her socks, and I'll post it later, but she's clearly afraid of death. And I don't know if she's ever going to be able to get better if that's the environment she's in.
Hi, so I'm here with my mom. She's back again. I wear my hair the same way. When I wear it like this, a lot of people like to tell me I'm like a 5-year-old, but like whatever. But other people say I'm like 80s, so.
I'm the hairstylist.
Yeah, she's the hairstylist.
Okay,
So yeah,
I'll be the hairstylist, and you can be my patient.
I don't know what she's gonna do to me.
Are we ready? Are we ready? Oh yeah, let's do this thing. Have the coffee. Okay, let's do this thing. Should we get the beauty chair? Yeah. All right, why don't you sit in the beautiful beauty chair? Those little elastics, I'm gonna ruin them already. Like I said, I'm not too good at hair, people. See? This way, and you can tease that one too if you want.
My bangs out.
Let me see for the front. Oh, it's beautiful.
I'm like without my bangs, so I probably look like really weird, but
Okay, let's
other than that, it's great.
I love it. Okay. Isn't that pretty? How cute it looks. You can go and party with that too.
Yes,
Is it straight?
the unicorns. Think I can use the lighter one then, or you think I need more?
You don't have any renders.
Yeah, I
so
don't
let's
think
go
I
with the
need
light
even
one.
that. Okay, so where do you put it? Like, do you just use your finger
You
again?
just use your finger.
Okay.
Did you guys see that eye roll? It practically screamed undertones of jealousy or some other unsolved emotion, didn't it? And when Debbie dropped those AUs twice, you could particularly taste the bitterness. There's really this undercurrent of resentment from the mum towards her daughter, honestly. And what really gets me here is the way Debbie can't even muster the courage to meet Eugenia's gaze. She's obviously resigned herself to seeing her own daughter as an inconvenience. And honestly, to me, this whole interaction feels like this bizarre game of make-believe. They're both consistently testing each other, seeing who's going to crack first. It's pretty uncomfortable to watch, and on the surface of that video, it's all smiles and I'm the best mum ever from Debbie, while Eugenia's playing the innocent card to stroke her mum's ego. So when you face the camera, it becomes like a shield, a way to maintain the illusion, both deceive themselves and avoid confronting the truth about.
What do I
Pull down the material. There you go.
Thanks.
And this is another piece of evidence that Debbie doesn't give a damn about her own daughter. Apparently, she filmed this video and put it online for everyone to see. Good lord, we're witnessing such blatant exhibitionism. And in my opinion, both the mother and daughter are being shameless here. Debbie acts like she's some kind of blessing for the people to see Eugenia parading around in her underwear. This to me is just so disgusting, especially since the idea is hers, who started recording this like it's some kind of family video. Jesus Christ. But then uploading it, and if you take a closer look at the clip, you can see Eugenia getting more and more uncomfortable as more people entered the store. But okay, let's just assume they are cutting costs, so they choose this shop. And because there are no refunds and everything is on final sale, people are resorting to trying on clothes right in the aisles. but it's definitely still strange that the store doesn't have any private changing rooms. So it's inevitable that people will end up trying clothes in public. Still, there's a line that shouldn't be crossed, that nobody really needs to see a random person stripping down to their underwear in the middle of the store. And I'm sure for the most part they've done this for shock value, because this is certainly not normal behavior. And even if I'm desperate enough to go to that strange place where the aisles serve as fitting rooms just to snag 50% off, I, like everybody else watching this video, wouldn't film themselves, at least. Right? Am I going crazy? Or do you not think this is particularly a big deal? Especially if there were other people in the background as well trying on clothes. It seems very inappropriate and very strange to do so. I'm generally curious. What do you guys think about this situation? And is it worth uploading to YouTube for a profit at the end of the day? And I'm pretty sure nobody really wants to see that.
How do people open a boot here? How do people, like, is this like what everyone uses, like when they go to people? I don't understand. How do some people hit the wall? Am I holding this right? Oh my gosh, how do people do this? How do people do this? Does that come out? How do you do this? I don't understand.
I don't know.
Like, how do you get this little, like, white thingy out? Or how do you swipe an apple cart? I didn't even know you could make frosting. I thought frosting was really like wow. How am I gonna open this? Like, why do they sell these for kids? Like, how are kids supposed to open these things?
Talk about Eugenia's struggles with basic life skills. Given her physical state, it would be more surprising if she could lift weights, right? It's pretty obvious at this point that her mom is always the one babying her, as she makes, and I don't mean this in an offensive way, but kind of useless at doing simple stuff. And I'm talking about very simple things like blowing up a pool floaty, or even something as simple as opening a door, or not even knowing what an oven is or how Apple Pay works. She also can't shoot a basketball or bowl properly. I mean, it's okay if you're not into sports, but needing help to crack an egg at the age of 29, well, that's just next level helplessness.
Okay, now you gotta crack 2 eggs in there. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess I just cracked the egg, right?
Yeah. And
Right.
put the egg in, but not the shell. Maybe you want. Okay, you know how to do it?
If you watched her earlier videos, she seemed more capable, but as time goes on, she acts ditzier. It's generally hard at this point to tell if she thinks acting ditzy is kind of cute and a part of an online persona, or if she is actually generally incapable of doing these things. Either way, it's generally concerning considering her age. Oh, also, she seems to enjoy, for some reason, people thinking that she's super delicate, like a child. So she puts on and pretends not to know basic things. Look, don't get me wrong, I think she's really sheltered and probably doesn't know a lot of stuff that normal adults do. But I also think she definitely plays up for the camera. And, like everybody has been thinking recently, there could even be potentially a chance that her ED has caused some actual brain damage, which combined with her isolation from the real world certainly doesn't help. It's likely a mix of trying to appear childlike and the actual effects of ED. And it's not just those basic skills, because she's never learned how to drive or even sit in the front seat of a car. She says that her family can afford a driver and her parents have never pushed her to be independent or leave her room. Debbie probably brings whatever little food Eugenia eats straight to her, so she never has to lift a finger. She doesn't need to know how to use locks or change light bulbs because someone else always does it for her. And it's sad to say, but a lot of people do see her as a completely abused and manipulated person. And again, look, I totally get that. I know people whose parents did everything for them and now they're totally dysfunctional. Most often it's the parents taking control of their children from an early age. This kind of overbearing parenting, often termed helicopter parenting, leads to kids growing up with basic life skills and a lack of independence. So Eugenia's situation is a combination of abuse and being spoiled. And yes, she was definitely spoiled by Debbie, to the point of not learning basic life skills. Eugenia's mum helps her so much to keep her dependent, so it ensures that she never leaves her. Her consistent assistance might be a way to manipulate Eugenia into staying reliant on her. It's probably her way to ensure that her daughter remains isolated, which serves to keep her in position of power, especially since her husband seems out of the picture and Eugenia's brother is almost in the same situation.
Eugenia's mom is a dangerous person. She fought us on trying to get her help every single step of the way. We had to trick Eugenia into coming to my place so that we could help her. Her mom yelled at me, screamed at me, tried to call the cops on me to have me arrested for kidnapping. Her mom is somebody who is manipulative, and I do believe that this collaboration with Shane Dawson was something that was intentionally done, because Shane is somebody who has the ability with his success to paint someone as the most amazing person in the world or a complete sociopath. He holds a lot of power in his audience, and that is something that I am sure was recognized and used. And I didn't feel comfortable with the narrative going out the way it was. And I love Eugenia, I care about her, I want her to have a happy recovery. I do want it to be about her, and the thing is if I knew that she truly was recovered and in a great place, I would have said nothing. But I 100% do not believe that is the case, and she's still living with someone who puts her at extreme risk of relapse. She's still under control, everything is still being decided for her, and she's...
In 2019, some of Eugenia Cooney's friends, including Jacqueline Glenn, made a video exposing Eugenia's mother for her manipulative behavior. In this video, she described how Debbie controls many aspects of Eugenia's life, especially considering her struggles with the A word and overall well-being. According to Jacqueline, the mother closely monitors Eugenia's access to food, internet, and social interactions. But how old is Eugenia again? Oh, yeah, she's 29, not 5. Anyway, so when they tried to help Eugenia, Debbie resisted at every turn, to the point of where Eugenia's friends had to quite literally resort to tricking Eugenia into leaving her control and coming to Jacqueline's place for assistance. But instead of being grateful for their concern, Debbie completely flipped out and threatened to call the cops on Jacqueline and company, claiming they've kidnapped my daughter. And at this point, it's just really obvious that Eugenia's mum cares more about her own image than her daughter's well-being. I mean, come on. If your kid is struggling with serious health issues, wouldn't you want all the medical help you could get?
My mom lives with me. She knows that I'm fine.
I know she eats. She takes good care of herself.
Exactly. See? Exactly.
Happens to be skinny mini, but she does.
Exactly.
Skinny
We're
mini,
all different.
But she does take good care of herself.
Exactly.
Even though it's as clear as day to millions of us that Eugenia looks like she's about to vanish into thin air, Debbie just keeps insisting, oh, she's just a tad light, but she's totally fine. I mean, seriously. Find me one doctor who would generally agree with that nonsense. In her early 20s, Eugenia moved to Japan, and her mum practically begged her to come back, and laying on the guilt trip. I also recall Eugenia mentioning years ago that her mum told her she would die without her. I mean, talk about manipulation at its finest. And to me and many of us, Debbie is definitely a narcissist. She wants full control. It would be good if that control is taking responsibility for her daughter's health, but as we can see, that's certainly not the case, and she's not getting any medical help for her daughter, the medical help that she needs. Instead, her mother is quite literally putting her daughter's life at risk. Frankly, it's a high time someone took a closer look at Eugenia's mum. Definitely reminds me a lot of Gypsy Rose and her whole case. I've seen a few of you in the comments even mention that yourselves, and it's pretty obvious that Debbie has her own mental issues. It's definitely not normal for a mum to control her daughter's life to this extent, potentially even keeping her a prisoner. There's old clips as well of Eugenia trying to leave her house, but there's bells on the door, so her mum is notified the second that Eugenia tries to leave. What's up with that? And I know this whole thing has been going on for a while now, but I really do hope it's not too late to make a change. If someone doesn't intervene soon, Eugenia's situation is only going to get worse. Even if her videos can be really annoying sometimes, we definitely can't ignore what's happening to her. So let me know what you think. Please definitely share your thoughts in the comments down below, as I read most of the comments and it would be nice to see what you guys think. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I just want to say a massive thank you as well for all the support on the channel recently. Again, we're growing like crazy and I really do appreciate that. I love uploading these videos and seeing the responses from you guys. I know they're definitely more of a serious take on a lot of stuff, but again, I do feel like these are very important videos to make, and I love that you guys feel just as passionately about them as I do. With that all being said, hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye bye.